So here's the truth. By the time you're 40, you've either leveled up into a man that people respect, or you're still clinging to the dumb habits that kept you lost, broke, and invisible in your 20s. Today, guys, I'm going over 15 things that men absolutely need to stop doing by the age of 40. Number one is chasing validation. If you're still buying cars and stuff to try to prove something to other people by flexing, unfortunately, you are not where you need to be. A true man by the age of 40 needs to start building a life that speaks for himself. He is not worried about constantly seeking the approval and validation from other people that just don't matter. Number two is skipping the gym. All right, here's the deal. Muscle isn't just about looking good. At the age of 40, it's like your ammunition. It's the thing that's gonna keep you strong, your testosterone high, your body looking good, and you basically avoiding the things that come along with aging. By the age of 40, if you're weak and flabby and have a dad bod, it's not your genetics. It's because you're lazy. Number three is not going to the doctor for regular annual checkups, all right? All the damage that you did when you were in your earlier years, your teens, your 20s, your 30s, 40 years old, it starts to catch up with you. You've got to start going in for regular physicals and blood work, all right? Getting your prostate checked or your PSA level, all right? They don't need to stick their finger in your butt in order to do that. A blood test will do it. It'll also tell you about your cholesterol, your blood pressure. And personally, I feel like at 40 years old, you should go in for a colonoscopy. In my opinion, 40 years old is the time that you got to start really paying attention, because if there's a problem, you're still young enough that you can fix it a lot of times. And if you find that there is something going on, if you catch it early, you can cure it. But a lot of guys, they think, oh, I'm invincible, or they're scared to go to the doctor, and so they don't go. And the fact is, they've got something brewing, or they've been neglecting something, and because they don't know, by the time they actually realize that there's a problem or they see symptoms, it's a big problem. Number four is treating sleep like it's optional. It's not optional. I should say quality sleep is not optional. If you want to maintain a high testosterone level, you want to feel and look as good as possible, you've got to make sleep a priority. 8 hours of solid slumber every single night is what you need. Your body needs it, your mind needs it. Everything that you do requires you to get good sleep. Speaking of sleep, the next thing that you need to stop doing by 40 is sleeping around with the wrong people. If you're still going out chasing it, right, going out to bars and doing all the things you were doing, hooking up randomly, you've got to understand by 40 years old, you've got a choice to make. If you want to live the rest of your life lonely and empty, keep doing that. But if you truly want to meet somebody that's going to inspire you and become your equal, not to mention the person that's going to uplift you, support you, it's time for you to start looking for something better than just swiping on the apps. Which brings me to number 6. Stop living your life without a plan. By 40 years old, this is the time you need to pick. You need to choose. It doesn't mean you can't change along the way, but you need to have a goal. You need to have a North Star that you're shooting and striving for. If not, you're basically going to wander around your entire life. You're going to wake up, you're going to be 50. You're going to wake up, you're going to be 60. You're going to wonder what happened to your life. And by this point, unfortunately, it's too late. 40 years old, this is the time you need to choose a direction. Number 7 is your diet. By 40 years old, you need to have a better one. All right? Prior planning prevents poor diet performance. If you truly want to eat better, healthier food, you need to have a plan. For me, it's about meal prepping. For me, it's also about come here. One little pro tip and hack I'd like to give you that I actually use is this. It is Factor. They are today's video sponsor, and they make eating healthy easy, convenient, affordable. I've been using Factor now for the past few years, and I absolutely love it. It's what I eat for lunch every single day. The way that it works is genius. All right, there's a link down below this video. You go there and you pick which type of meal plan you want. For me, I go calorie smart. All of the meals are 550 calories or below. Or you could go protein plus, you could go flexitarian, you could say, hey, I eat everything. You could go high fiber, you could go low carb, you could go keto. They've got a huge selection of different meals. And then you pick how many meals you want per week. You could go 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, or 18 Factor meals per week. I go 6 because, like I said, this is what I do for lunch every day. And having an extra that my wife will steal is also helpful. Anyway, you place your order, it comes shipped to you on ice in a box. You get it, you open it up, you put it in the fridge, and then when you're ready to eat, just grab one out of the fridge, unwrap it, pop it in the microwave, 2 minutes. Today we're gonna be having the chicken mushroom calla rice risotto. Calories on this bad boy, 500. Carbs, only 24 grams. Here's the other reason why you're gonna love Factor. It saves you time. You don't have to go to the grocery store and shop and like look around, come home, prepare the meal. No, 2 minutes, you're eating, it's delicious. It also is gonna save you a ton of money. If you're somebody that orders like on one of the food apps, right, that gets delivered, you're wasting a ton of money. Also, going to the store, buying it, bringing it home, not eating it, huge waste of money. Factor, it's fast, it's easy, and it's ready. How good does that look? Oh my God, I'm so hungry. All right, calla rice, risotto, mushrooms, chicken. It is creamy, it is savory, it is white meat chicken, it is absolutely, delicious. I got some green beans. I love green beans. And you're gonna love Factor. Here's the deal. Guys, if you're ready to finally do something amazing for your body and your taste buds, I want you to check out Factor. Head to factor75.com or click the link in the description. Use the discount code AlphaMFB50 to get 50% off plus free breakfast for a year. That's code AlphaMFB50 at Factor75 to get 50% off plus free breakfast for a year. The next thing you need to stop doing by the age of 40 is letting your style stagnate. So many guys stop paying attention. It's like you hit 40 and you like give up. It's like, don't you want to look good? Don't you want to be respected? Don't you want people to look at you and be like, damn, that dude is sexy? All right, if you're letting your wife or your girlfriend shop for you, you look basic and boring. You need to take control and ownership of your style. You gotta stop wearing the same beat up shit that you were wearing when you were in your teens, 20s, and 30s. You need to evolve. You're a grown ass man, and grown ass men have grown up style. They also need to stop neglecting their grooming. And I'm just gonna throw this out there because I still see a lot of guys as they get older, it's like they just give up, right? Their eyebrows get all crazy, their beard gets all scraggly, their hair, they don't have product in it. They're just lazy. Their man bush is massive. Gentlemen, you got to take care of your grooming, all right, including your feet, your hands, your nails, your body, your hair, your face, everything, your breath, your smile. Gentlemen, here's the deal. If you want to look young, youthful, and sexy into your 40s and 50s, you've got to pay attention to your style and your grooming. The next thing, you need to stop hanging out with losers. Just throwing it out there. If you are still hanging out with the same people that you have been, that are not going anywhere, that aren't doing anything, that aren't motivated, that aren't taking care of themselves, you got to understand that you are basically never going to evolve. You've got to give up the party lifestyle. It's not cool or cute when a 45-year-old dude is still going out to a bar on weekends. It's also not cute to blame other people. And this is the next thing that you gotta stop doing by 40. It's nobody else's responsibility, it's nobody else's fault that you are where you are. If you want to change your life, you need to take control and you need to take extreme ownership. You got to be willing to look yourself in the mirror. You've got to be willing to do the hard work in order to achieve the things that you know you can achieve. But it's time to stop blaming other people. It's not your mom's fault you're not happy. It's not your girlfriend's fault that you are stuck and stagnating at your job and your career, which is the next thing you need to stop doing by the age of 40. And that is just go into a job that you hate. If you are not happy at 40 years old with what you're doing, you need to take a hard look at yourself and change. It might mean learning a new skill. It might mean basically fixing your resume. If you're feeling tired, if you're feeling worn out, if you're burnt out at 40 years old, oh my God. Like, you gotta understand that it's not gonna get any better. You've gotta make a change. It's not easy, but it's what is responsible, and it's also what is required for you to live your best life. Because I promise you, if you're not happy with what you do the majority of the day, Monday through Friday, you're not gonna be a good husband. You're not gonna be a good partner. You're not gonna be a good lover. You're not gonna be good at anything. You're also probably not taking care of your body. Your self-esteem is probably also in the toilet. At 40 years old, you've gotta start being responsible for your happiness. Not to mention your self-esteem and confidence, which is the next thing you need to stop doing by the age of 40, and that is being insecure. Why are you feeling the way that you are? Why are you so worried about what other people think? They're not thinking about you, so why are you preoccupying yourself with them? Why aren't you taking control of your life? Why aren't you taking control of your destiny? It's time to stop manifesting weakness and start doing and implementing change and things that are going to actually move the needle. And when you do, when you start making progress and start moving in the right direction, you're going to start feeling better about yourself. The reason why you feel insecure, it's because you have been living a lie. It's because you have been living a life that is not what you want. You've got to stop living for other people, start doing what you need to do, and start living your truth. When you do, everything will get better. But like I said, you've got to stop chasing the dumb shit. Stop wasting money. Stop wasting money just to prove something to other people. Stop thinking that spending money is going to be the difference between you being happy and you being unhappy. It's not, I promise you. If you're not happy with who you are as a person, doesn't matter how much money you make, you will always be an unhappy person. It doesn't matter if you drive a Corvette or a Lambo. If you're hanging out with losers or people that aren't good for you, it's time to change. If you're with somebody who's not good for you, doesn't support you, doesn't fulfill you, it's time for a change. Gentlemen, nothing great was ever accomplished because it was easy. Guys, when you hit 40 years old, this is a point at which you need to make a decision. Are you going to keep doing the same self-destructive things that you did when you were younger? If so, you're never going to truly reach your potential. Your 40s are a powerful time in a man's life. The most, in my opinion. Your earning potential is high. Your sexiness level off the charts. Your confidence, you truly start to feel comfortable in your own skin. If, and only if, you stop doing the self-destructive things that you did when you were younger. Guys, you have control, but it's going to take you taking action.